Arthars hanging out as he makes a break upfield. Stepping back. Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Every monster's now putting his balls in Neame's face.
I have no idea what the waste of water sports is.
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How are we doing? Your Super Saturday continues. Leading right in from the Bledisloe Cup, straight into the NRL. Broncos versus Cowboys. Stephanie, stay funny, Steph. Ahoy! How are you doing there? Viking King, ahoy! Viking King changed his tips so much throughout the course of that Bledisloe Cup game. It was hilarious. It was very quality viewing just to see Viking King seesaw between the two teams. We just saw a fantastic Bledisloe Cup contest between the Wallabies and the All Blacks right before this one. But now, here we go, the real stuff, I suppose. For those who are regulars to the channel, it is an NRL time. It is a season-defining match for the North Queensland Cowboys, a team that I'm not normally behind, but I'm well and truly behind tonight, because I, for one, am excited to finally see the Broncos with a genuine away game. When was the last time that we saw the Broncos with a genuine away game? And I believe, in all honesty, that we will see the Broncos for what they're truly worth here today. Welcome along there. Thank you very much. Big T. Oh, it's Big T. The Big T's here. Thank you very much for following along. But yes, we do have a genuine away game for the Broncos. Can you believe it? Can't recall the last time it happened. We'll see if they can... go with it. Wasted World of Sports here to bring you all the action. We've got a moment's silence here. A little bit of a moment's silence. There we go. A moment's silence. And for once, I haven't spoken over the top of it. So, go me. Jason Bourne says Broncos win. All right, before this game kicks off, let's very quickly, very special shout out to our Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. Jason Bourne, Mr. Ed's Dead, Hamish McKenzie, Viliami, Gamer Mel, and Andrew O'Grady. Cheers to all of you for your contributions to the channel. Very much appreciated. As this game now officially is underway. The Cowboys have kicked off and the Broncos will get first use of the ball. Gaming with Braden. Ahoy, mate. How are you doing? Oh, no. Michelle forgot a multi. It's all right. You're probably only going to put Broncos on there, so I think you'll be safe. You'll be saved from embarrassment because the Cowboys are going to run riot here today, and they're going to put the Broncos well and truly in their place. This is the first time in a long time the Broncos have actually had a genuine away game, like something they've had to drive more than 30 minutes for. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they cope with it. In all honesty, it's really going to be intriguing to see. A genuine away game for the Broncos. I can't remember the last time this happened. Vobsy says he's got money on the Broncos and you've tipped the Cowboys, so it's a win-win. It's always a good way to go about things, isn't it? Cowboys now. The Chad feeds it inside to Cohen Hess, and they're up towards halfway on tackle 4. The sun is shining down here in North Queensland. Well, half of the stadium anyway. 5th and last. Back to the Chad, who puts it high. The kick chase is non-existent, and this is an easy take for Reece Walsh at the back. He's taken, though. Mr. Mullet puts him down. And the crowd stands and applauds because everyone wants to see Reece Walsh put on his butt. Honestly, Reece Walsh, since moving back to the Broncos, Reece Walsh has honestly become the single most unlikable character in the NRL. It's amazing how rapid his decline of likability has become since moving back to the Broncos. Absolutely incredible. I can't recall the last time I've seen an NRL player so far up their own arse as Reece Walsh is in season 2023. Vobsy says Broncos might be jet-lagged with this level of travel. Exactly, mate. Exactly. They won't know what to do with themselves here, having to travel for more than 30 minutes down the road for an away game. And an early penalty now to the Cowboys. They had to work for it. They had to plead for it. But they get it. And the Chad. A real nothing kick into touch from the Chad. But the penalty for holding down. Oh, we're still trying to get over the Bledisloe Cup, the pace that game was played at. And now we've got to try and get into the rhythm of a much slower and less combative sport. So, apologies if I take a little bit to get into this, but yeah, it's very hard to go from a rugby union game and try and connect with a rugby league game immediately afterwards as the Chad puts Laybutt through a gap, gets the offload away. Oh, they've nearly given themselves up there, the Cowboys. 5th and last, they're on the attack. 10 out, Chad with the crossfield kick. Pressure on the Broncos, but they come away with it. Jesse Arthars takes the high ball down. They've held on here, the Broncos. That was an early tackle, and the Cowboys very unlucky to not get a penalty. A forward pass from dummy half. Here's an opportunity early now. That is a little bit of a make-up, I think. That's a make-up. I mean, it was forward, but you don't normally see those called. You don't usually see those get called, and I think that is honestly a make-up for the missed penalty. The early tackle on Laybutt. It should have been a gift 2 points for the Cowboys. And I feel like that's a little bit of a make-up call for the referee there, in all honesty. You don't normally see those called. But it was an opportunity. They've taken it now out wide for the corner. And it will be a try for the Cowboys. Bright and early in this game. Oh, it's going up as no try. The referee is sending it up as no try. I thought for sure Kyle Felt was over in the corner there. Has he lost it, Kyle Felt? Oh, yeah, he hasn't. Yeah, that's not even close. Upon replay, not even close. But the warning shot has been fired by the Cowboys. They have skinned the Broncos early here. It will be no try on this occasion, but they've fired the warning shot. And they've let them know that they're here to play. Jeez. The Cowboys have just come out of the blocks quick smart here. And maybe, just maybe, the Broncos a little bit jet-lagged. Who knows? They're not used to travelling, so it'll be interesting to see. Reece Walsh takes it to the line now. Gets it away to Farnworth. Farnworth keeps it alive. Back in field. And the Broncos, they've got an opportunity now. On tackle 3, they're 30 out from the Cows line. Ezra Mam calls runners on the inside. Almost going through is Piakura. Walters from dummy half, looking for space. Almost sneaks through Billy Walters. Fifth and last, they've gone 80 metres upfield. They've got numbers now, and they must score, the Broncos. They must score, and they do. Jesse Arthars scores in the corner. Oh, they had numbers to burn out on the left. This game has started at a frantic pace, and the Broncos will come away with the first try. Are they going to be able to go the full 80, though, the Broncos? They're not used to travelling, so this is the first game in about 7 years I can remember they've been away from Suncorp. So can they go the distance? They've started well. Four points now. The kick from out wide. This is where they'll be missing Adam Reynolds. Who's going to be the goal kicker with Reynolds out? It is going to be Katoni Staggs. Oh, Staggs from the sideline. Can he convert? 71% career goals. That is not an impressive record. 71% is not good for NRL level. Staggs from the sideline, though, starts well today. Hooks it around, and it goes straight over the middle. Oh, defying his career record there, Staggs, and puts it over. Six points to nil early on for the Broncos. Fobsy says if the Broncos can go 16 ahead so you get an early payout and then the Cowboys win, you'll be extremely happy. Jason Bourne says, wait, what? Reynolds isn't playing? I wouldn't have known. Oh, haven't I mentioned it? I'm sorry. That feels like the sort of thing that I probably should have mentioned at least 50 times already during the course of the Bledisloe Cup stream and this stream. Poor form by me for not mentioning the fact that Adam Reynolds is not playing. Okay, I was clearly being sarcastic in response as well. This is what I was talking about the other night, Jason, was like you and I have this thing where we don't we don't seem to, I mean, we're obviously very good mates, but we also don't seem to get when the other one is taking the piss. I made this joke during the stream on the Friday night footy stream. It's like I was clearly being sarcastic in return, because obviously I've mentioned it about 100 times already that Adam Reynolds is not playing. You know what else I mention a lot? I mention a lot that I won the Waste to Water Sports tipping contest last season. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with that or not. Line dropout here for the Cowboys in amongst all that nonsense. In amongst all of that, the Broncos have won themselves a line dropout, and they will get used to the ball. They've got to go the 80 minutes. I feel like the Broncos have to start quickly out of the blocks here. They're not used to the travel. And North Queensland is just far enough to be considered genuine travel, in my opinion. So they they've got them skinned on the outside here. Oh, but Reece Walsh fires the pass out a little bit too early to Selwyn Cobbo. And they spill the beans there, the Broncos. The pass was not on the money there from Reece Walsh. And this is what I was talking about. Overrated. Overrated Reece Walsh, the pass. In behind Cobbo, a quality fullback like James Tedesco puts that on the chest every day of the week. And the Cowboys, gifted reprieve there from Reece Walsh with his poor passing effort. Once again, that is a part of Reece Walsh's game that he really needs to work on. He is a terrible passer of the ball. He very, very rarely finds the mark when it comes to those passes out the back line. Cowboys, though, this has been played at a frantic pace. And the Cowboys now get a penalty. I feel like both teams, in all honesty, are switched on. Jason Bourne, to be fair, both teams right now are completely switched on. And the pace that this game is being played at is absolutely immense. Not much of a kick again by the Chad. Barely making any territory with the touch finder. And the Cowboys will start tackle 1. 30 out from the Broncos line. Oh, big charge there from Ruben Cotter. Joe Dirt. Now they've got the front foot ball. Dearden feeds it to Taulagi. A metre short of the line on tackle 3. Now they've got to go forward, the Cowboys. Taumalolo just settles things down. Tackle 4 in front of the post. Tackles up the sleeve. They go right, where the Chad feeds it out the back to Drinkwater. And now Hiku tries to get on the outside of Farnworth. Can't. And he's taken down. 5th and last. What can they come up with here? Oh, that's a nothing kick. That is the worst kick I've ever seen in my life. It's worked out for them, though. They get 6 again. And Joe Dirt comes away with it and is taken down. 2 out from the line in front of the posts. Oh, it was the worst kick that you will ever see in your life. And it's yielded a result somehow. Now the Cowboys, the Chad, fires it out. And they've got space on the outside. And Kyle Felt this time will not be denied as he dives over in the corner. They get it right second time around, the Cowboys. 6 points to 4, kick to come, and it all started on the back of Reece Walsh failing to find his target with the pass. Back up the other end of the field. He knocks the ball on as well, Reece Walsh, to give away the 6 again. I told you, he's overrated. Reece Walsh is the most overrated player in the NRL right now, and he is proving why so far in the first stanza of this game. 6 points to 4, kick to come. The opportunities have been presented to the Cowboys both times by Reece Walsh. Jason Bourne says this might be the best game of the season if the game keeps up this way. The Cowboys and the Broncos are two teams when they play each other, regardless of how either team is traveling, regardless of where they are on the table, regardless of what's on the line as far as the season goes, they are two teams that quite often deliver a blockbuster contest, aren't they? In fairness. I mean, we all know that I'm not a fan of either team, especially last year. Let's remember how much I really disliked the Cowboys last year. Let's be honest, how much I disliked them. But these are two teams that always deliver a blockbuster contest. Now the Chad from out wide, he's on his favourite side, right on the sideline. That's a terrible kick. That's an absolute shocker of a kick. Chad Townsend, that wouldn't have even gone over the posts if there were 4 posts in a row, side by side. It wouldn't have even been a behind. It wouldn't have even been a behind in the AFL. That was a shocking kick from the Chad. Jason Bourne says, my top 3 teams are Eels, Raiders, and Broncos. As the Broncos get us back underway, 6 points to 4 it is. And this game is just a chaotic pace that it's being played at. Leilua now charging forward. Cohen Hess with the hit up. And the Cowboys just maintaining possession. Oh, Michelle says, my stream is 1,000,000 hours behind. Oh, from off the outside of the boot from the Chad. This could work out beneficial for the Cowboys, but no. In the face of the rampaging defense, Jesse Arthars stands tall. Jason Bourne says, hey, Dan, do that Michelle impersonation again. Oh, what, you mean this one? By the way, Michelle, I would just like to say, not my joke. The chat room made me do it. The chat room made me do it. The Bronco, it's their fault. It's completely their fault. 5th and last here, the Broncos. And he goes back for the kick. Straight down to KFL, but Selwyn Cobo is all over him. And he takes him down. That's a great kick chase from Selwyn Cobo. Lucky to get away with this. The Broncos, Carrigan crowding the play the ball area. Pat Carrigan's got a little bit of an invisibility cloak with the referees this season. And who doesn't have... I'll tell you who doesn't have an invisibility cloak. Tom Flegler has just given away a penalty. Flegler's given away the penalty. I mean, honestly, it should have been a penalty against Carrigan, but Carrigan's got the invisibility cloak, the nice guy cloak. The referees don't want to penalise him. Flegler, on the other hand, immediate penalty to the Cowboys. That is amazing, that sequence that we just saw in this contest. I mean, it sums it all up. Carrigan could murder a guy on the field and not be penalised, but poor Flegler just walks up and approaches the ball, and it's a penalty to the opposition. Jason Bourne says, and what noise do we make when Michelle enters the chat? Oh, you want me to play the sound again? And Scotty Drinkwater has just dropped this. Oh, the goat. I don't. Yeah, the goat's not on the soundboard. Hang on. The goat is not part of the soundboard. I apologize. The screaming goat is not. I actually looked it up. It wasn't something that was. There we go. Okay, screaming goat. 3.6 million views this bastard of a thing's got, by the way. $6 million views and it's still funny. Oh, it's still hilarious. All this time, and it is still funny. Oh, that's good. 6 points to 4 here in favor of the Broncos. Oh, Flegler's gone straight through. Where's the support? Oh, he didn't pass it to Ezra Mam. The try has gone begging. Ezra Mam would have been in under the sticks. Flegler did not do the offload. He went for the dummy. He went for the glory all on his own there, Tommy Flegler. And that will be a handover. Oh, Flegler has left a try go begging there for the Broncos. Some concerning defense for North Queensland, though. Broncos just went straight through the guts. And Flegler needed to give this ball. If he gives that ball, Ezra Mam is in under the sticks. And they've just left 6 points out on the paddock there, the Broncos. A definite 6 points left out on the field right there. And that could come back to haunt them at the end of this contest. Flegler, give the pass, mate. Give the pass. It was on. Ezra Mam was under the sticks untouched. Fifth and last Cowboys now well and truly entrenched in their own territory. And the Chad puts the kick in. It's a great kick chase. Solid kick chase. The Broncos have just left 6 points out on the field. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Flegler, give the ball. Tackle 4 now. Broncos back into Cowboys territory. Now they've got Shape out to the right. Short ball puts the Broncos straight through the gap, and now they've lost it forward. Oh, straight through a gaping hole. Went Piakura, and then they've got in each other's way and knocked the ball on. Oh, but that's through Kyle Feldt, isn't it? This is what I was talking about. The Val Holmes channel. They are dusting them through the Val Holmes channel. This is exactly what I was talking about in the Bledisloe Cup stream. My concern for the Cowboys was that edge. And the Broncos are absolutely skinning them down that side of the field. They get away with that one because the Broncos, they just got in each other's way. Piakura there and Staggs just not connecting. And the mistake was made, and they've now left 12 points. 12 points now the Broncos have just left out on the field. Wasted World of Sports tipping contest. I'm very curious to see who has, if anyone, has gone for the Cowboys. I've gone for the Cowboys. I'm going for the upset. Leilua now feeds Drinkwater. Drinkwater finds some space. He beats Reece Walsh because Reece Walsh can't defend to save his life. And Kyle Feldt spills the ball. Cobbo steps into touch. He gets away with it, though, Cobbo, and the Broncos will get the ball. Well, Selwyn Cobbo has gone into touch there, and I can't understand. What is the point of a touch judge? What is the point of a touch judge if he's not going to call somebody going over the sideline? There is obviously no point to the touch judge even being there if he's not going to call a player going over the sideline. As Cobbo picks this ball up, and has clearly gone over the sideline there. The Broncos come away with that with a penalty. But yeah, what a dead set shocker of a game Reece Walsh has had. For everyone that loves Reece Walsh, welcome back to reality. Cobbo plays the ball to nobody. Selwyn Cobbo plays the ball to John Cena, and John Cena fails to pick the ball up, but the Broncos get away with it. Very lethargic defense from the Cowboys. They should have been all over that. They should have taken advantage of that, and that's a forward pass. The single most forward pass that you will ever see in your entire life to Pat Carrigan. And it's going up as a try. The bunker can't rule on forward passes. But, wow, Tom Brady would be proud of that one. From Walters to Carrigan. I mean, I don't think passes get too much more forward than that. And the Broncos score to go 10-4 ahead. Definitely getting the rub of the green at the moment here. Wow, how far forward can a pass possibly be? My God. Well, I don't think passes get too much more forward than that, but the bunker can't rule on forward passes, of course, so it will be a try. But in fairness, like, the Broncos have butchered 2 dead set certain tries, so it's probably a fair reflection of the Cowboys to be behind by at least another one. But that was the single most forward pass I've ever seen in my entire life watching NRL for a try to be awarded. A successful conversion from right beside the post, Katoni's tags. And it's 12 points to 4 Broncos, but boy, it could have been so much more. They have left some points out there tonight, the Broncos, already. And the commentators are talking up Reece Walsh again. How far forward can that pass possibly be? My God. Wow. Forward passes are obviously not a thing in the NRL this season. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't understand the commentators talking up Reece Walsh. I mean, he's been shocking so far tonight, in my opinion. Vobsy says, do you think the Rabbits will win 13 plus, or am I better off going 1 to 12? No, I think the Rabbitohs win 13 plus. The Sharks' left edge defense, with or without Moylan and Talakai, has just been disastrous. I think the Rabbitohs just potentially tear them apart down that side of the field. Piakura again into space, breaking through. 5th and last, and what in the hell was that? All the Broncos players just put their hands on their heads and go, what in the hell have we just seen? On the 5th and last, they've just given up and they've left points out there again. Jordan, or was it Jordan? No, who was that? Who was that there for the Broncos? That was a meek and meaningless 5th tackle option. NRL best shocker ever. NRL best shocker ever. Welcome along. This game has been played at an intense pace. Fifth and last, Cowboys. Drinkwater puts it high into the air. The kick chase is good. Pressure on Cobbo. Cobbo tries to get away from Kyle Felt. Cannot. He's wrangled down. I'm still trying to recover from how far forward that pass was for the Pat Carrigan try. I mean, honestly, chat room, please. I mean, I'm not alone in this, right? How far forward that ball was. I think it has created a scoreline that's a fair reflection of how the game's gone. But how far forward can a ball possibly be? Well, obviously, you don't count, Michelle. You're a Broncos supporter. Obviously, Broncos supporters aren't going to think it was forward. Broncos supporters don't count. Because obviously they're going to say, no, it wasn't forward. What are you talking about? Just like Broncos supporters say, what are you talking about? We have away games. Even though you don't have away games. Yeah, but they stopped themselves, Michelle. If you're watching on KO, if you've got the Fox Sports commentary, when that replay was shown, they were talking and then they stopped in their tracks. And there was a moment of stalling. Six again for inside 10, and it will be a penalty to the Cowboys. They stopped themselves because it was so blatant, and Fox owns the Broncos. So they're not allowed to say anything. I am, though, because I'm not owned by Fox. I am not owned by Fox, so therefore I'm allowed to call the Broncos out for all their biased bollocks. All I want. And hence why I'll never get a TV gig. Ever. Cowboys now. Opportunity to strike back. They're 2 out from the line on tackle 3. Shape out to the left. Here they go. The Chad to Dearden. Dearden dummies. Goes on his own. He's taken in by Carrigan. 5th and last. Cowboys inside the Broncos 10. Chad puts the kick across field. Up they go. The Cowboys tap it back. And the Broncos will dive on the loose ball. And it will be Broncos ball. And that is just lazy from the Cowboys. Lazy. I mean, that was really... There's been a couple of plays here so far where I just look at the Cowboys and go, that was a lazy effort. Nine minutes to go until the break. This game has just been racing by, hasn't it? Racing by. The speed at which it's been played at. Piakura's gone off. What's happened? Why would you take Piakura off? Piakura has been probably the Broncos' best player so far. Why would you take him off the field? He has been threatening every time he's had the ball. Michelle says, so Hook is a commentator now on Fox. It seems that way. It seems that way. No, Pappenhausen did not play for the Storm last night. Pappenhausen this weekend played in the New South Wales Cup, I believe. I believe Pappenhausen has returned to the New South Wales Cup. Well, that was the 5th and last for the Cowboys, and they've just done a 1-out hit-up. I feel like we need a Queensland Cup. Not even the New South Wales Cup. It was the Queensland Cup. So there you go. Queensland Cup he played for, Pappenhausen. But at least he's there. He's involved. He's running around. Pappenhausen is back. No, he didn't get dropped that far. He's coming back from injury, Michelle. He's coming back from injury. So they're just putting him into some easy stuff. And let's not forget that the Melbourne Storm's feeder club is in... And let's not forget that the Melbourne's feeder club are the Sunny Coast Falcons. The Melbourne Storm, Queensland Storm jokes are not just a joke. Their feeder club is actually part of the Queensland Cup. Big defense here from the Broncos, driving the Cowboys backwards. Six and a half minutes to go until halftime. Oh, how were the Broncos not offside there on that short side? I do not know. Only the referee can answer that question. Just the same way the referee's the only one that can answer how that wasn't a forward pass for Pat Carrigan's try. Broncos definitely getting the rub of the green, as they have been all season long, to be fair. Penalty Broncos used to be a joke, because I felt like the Storm were actually on the beneficiary end of those calls. But penalty Broncos and call Broncos, I'm actually understanding the joke now in season 2023. The joke's making sense. The Broncos are getting all the calls all season long, just like their dream run of home games. Fifth and last, the kick goes up. Drinkwater comes down with it. Jason Bourne says, could we be watching this year's grand final? Not a chance, because the Panthers aren't in this game. Whoops. Absolutely negative 100% chance. Negative 100% chance that this is the grand final, because there's no Panthers. The grand final is going to be Panthers versus somebody. Panthers versus someone. Panthers versus... It's going to be Panthers versus Storm is my first prediction. Panthers versus Storm is my first and main prediction. Jason Bourne says, so you are saying the Panthers bought a Wonka bar and found a golden ticket? No. I'm saying the Panthers are just that far ahead of everybody else in the competition. They're guaranteed of a spot in the grand final. They didn't need a golden ticket. They're just bloody good. It'll be the Panthers versus somebody. Panthers versus Storm is my first guess. Oh, Herbie Farnworth is close to the line, and he's held up. Oh, solid defense. That is amazing goal line defense by the Cowboys. That is immense goal line defense by the North Queensland Cowboys. Herbie Farnworth was over the line there for all money. And the Cowboys, what an amazing effort to get in there and hold that ball up. That is incredible. I mean, how long do you give somebody to get the ball down? For starters. I mean, it's over at that point. He's telling Porky Pies. He's trying to claim the try. He's telling Porky Pies, how long do you give somebody to get that ball down? That is absolutely no try. What a solid defensive effort there from the Cowboys. No try. The Broncos, can they keep this up for the 80? Let's face it. In all honesty, they've not travelled all season. They've not travelled all season. This is the closest they've come to an away game all season long. Can they go the full 80? I'm not convinced. They've started with a hiss and a roar. Can they go the full 80? I'm still waiting. Because we did the Bledisloe Cup before this. Every time the tackle happens, I'm waiting to start calling the contest for the ball. And it doesn't happen. And then I remember I'm watching rugby league. All right. Broncos have got the ball here. Stags breaks away from the first tackle. Still going Stags up to the 40 on tackle 2. This is good field position here for the Broncos. Oh, 100%. Jason Bourne, I'm with you. If we're talking about quality of this game, as now Ezra Mam feeds Herbie Farnworth, keeping the ball alive still. The Broncos. Payne and the Haas now driving forward on tackle 4. They got away with murder there, the Broncos. Now the kick in behind the line. It's going to go too deep. Yes, it is. It's going to be a 7-tackle set for the Cowboys. But no, Jason Bourne, I'm with you in that it's a grand final quality game. I thought that you said this is a potential preview of the grand final. And when you said that, I didn't think you were necessarily talking about the intensity and the quality of the game. I thought you were talking about the teams involved. And that's why I said no, because the Panthers are guaranteed to be in the grand final. It's just a matter of who they're playing in the grand final. In terms of intensity and pace and, yeah, totally with you. 100% on board. Intensity, pace, the quality of the game so far is definitely finals worthy, for sure. It's just, yeah, when you said grand final, I thought, no, it doesn't involve the Panthers. Jason Bourne says, let's just say Panthers make the grand final and this game is the other game to work out the opponents. The Panthers would be nervous. No, not a goddamn chance in hell. No. Not even close, mate. Not even close. The Panthers are just on a different planet right now. Let's face it. Let's be honest. The Panthers, if the Panthers don't win like 4 of the next 5 premierships, just color me shocked. Color me shocked if the Panthers don't just like become the new Melbourne Storm. As this ball now spills forward and the Broncos break away. Oh, but it's a penalty. It is a penalty. And surely the Cowboys take the 2 now. Surely the Cowboys will take the 2 from right out in front. Four seconds to go to the break. Surely you take the 2. And 12 points to 6 at halftime. 12 points to 6 at halftime with all the domination, the rub of the green that the Broncos have had to start this game. I think the Cowboys take 12-6, in all honesty. Go the Chad. Oh, the Chad puts it straight down the middle. And it makes it 12 points to 6 at halftime. Broncos Cowboys blockbuster contest here. The Broncos have left at least 12 points out there on the field tonight. Jason Bourne says, I'm going to say the Panthers will not make the grand final. Call me crazy if you want. You're crazy. That's the craziest thing. That is so crazy that even in the dictionary, the word crazy is saying, I want no part of that. I'm standing aside, and we need to put a new entry for the level of crazy that statement is, to say that the Panthers aren't going to make the grand final this year. The Panthers are just so far ahead of everybody. This is their premiership to lose. Anyway, 12 points to 6 here. The Broncos lead the Cowboys. Going into halftime, Wasted World of Sports. I'm going to have a quick break, and we'll be right back after this, and we will dissect what's happened so far. Wasted World of Sports, coming back after this.
Next on Super Saturday, tonight we're heading to Perth, and Neame has swept the West.
Oh, yes. Wasted Water Sports. Here we go. Saturday afternoon. Huge lineup of sports coming at you. 12 points to 6 here, though. Half time. Broncos in favour of the Cowboys. Very special shout out, of course, to our Wasted Water Sports squad of all-stars. Look at that lineup there. What a quality lineup. Quality lineup of Wasted Water Sports all-stars. Jason Bourne there. Mr. Ed's dead. Hamish McKenzie. Viliami's there. Gamer Mel. Andrew O'Grady. What a legendary team of all-stars there so far on the Wasted World of Sports. $12 points to 6 at halftime. A quality game that we've got in the making here. The Broncos getting away with murder. I used to joke about the penalty Broncos was a thing that used to get bandied about. And I always used to question it. I'd be like, what? Penalty Broncos? Melbourne get away with more than any other team in the competition? 2023 has been an eye-opening experience for me as an NRL supporter. Just to see the level of what the Broncos get away with. Penalty Broncos is not only just a legitimate joke, but, I mean, they get away with forward passes from dummy half. Forward pass from dummy half led to Pat Carrigan's try. And that is the difference between the two teams at the moment. The Pat Carrigan forward pass try is the difference between the Cowboys and the Broncos right now in this contest. 12 points to 6 it is. And it was so far forward that bloody quarterbacks, Tom Brady would have been so proud of the pass that Billy Walters put into Pat Carrigan. It was so goddamn far forward. I mean, Billy Walters might be in for the NFL scouts might be looking at Billy for a contract. That's how far forward that pass was. My God. Jason Board says, looking at the draw left for the Dolphins, this is a must win. Oh, yeah, the Raiders have got the Sharks in round 27, and the Sharks have not beaten the Raiders, in the last 8 or 9 games? Something like that, I think. I'm pretty sure. Sharks haven't beaten the Raiders for quite some time. Jason Bourne, I just changed my tip from Newcastle to the Dolphins. What a very risky call. Extremely risky. It is a must-win for the Dolphins, though. Absolutely. 100%. 100% a must-win. I'm questioning the $1.30 price point that Newcastle are as well. I honestly can't believe that. $1.30 for Newcastle. It's bloody Newcastle. But anyway, Uncle Wayne Bennett's Dolphins have been defying the odds all season long, so who am I to question them potentially doing it again, huh? So, hey, that is what it is. $1.30 seems ridiculous to me. Game of Mel, ahoy! Game of Mel there, leading the front line on the Waste of Water Sports All-Star team. Looking good there in her Melbourne Storm jersey. Out in the trenches there with Andrew O'Grady in his Cowboys jersey. Cowboys not looking so good. 12 points to 6 here in favour of the Broncos. Broncos have left some points out on the field as well. That's the important storyline of this game so far. Broncos have well and truly left some points out on the field. Back underway for the second half we go. And the Cowboys will have first use. Can they bring this back to level pegging? AFBOCC, ahoy! In the round of 16 of the Women's World Cup, Spain leads Switzerland 4-1 at halftime. There we go. Around the grounds, around the sports with AFBOCC. Spain have got that game well and truly in control against Switzerland. Cowboys now looking for a set repeat. They don't get it. Yeah, then they're not in that good form though, Vopsy, in my opinion. They're not in $1.30 form, I would have thought. But anyway, like James Jason said, me as well. I'm no bookie, so I don't know. I don't set the prices. But for me, the Knights are not exactly in $1.30 favourite form, personally. That was one game. Oh, God, my camera's off. That was one game that I was really, really questionable about for this weekend, was the Knights Dolphins. Anyway, Broncos have got the ball here. Keeping it alive. Carrigan looking for support. He'll just go on his own, Pat Carrigan. Walsh from 30-metre line puts the ball high. Finds grass. It's a great kick from Reece Walsh. In behind Drinkwater. Drinkwater gets the ball, beats Ezra Mann, but then falls. Yeah, but Vopsy, I'm not convinced about Canberra either. So, that's not really an argument to have with me. The Raiders have been punching above their weight all season long. And as part of that, they're always prone to a little bit of a brain fart or two. Now the cutout pass puts Hiku into space. Beats one, beats two, Hiko, beats three. I'm pretty sure I just called him Hiko, and that's his name. Fifth and last, Cowboys. The Chad now cuts back to the blind side. He's going on his own, Townsend. He's just short of the line. And the goal line defense of the Broncos holds the Chad up a metre short of the try line. But this has set them up in great field position here. The Cowboys, no penalties now is the order of the day for the Cowboys. No penalties. Well, what did I just say? Did I not just say no penalties is the order of the day for the Cowboys, and then they've gone and given one away on tackle 2. Tackle bloody 2, they've gone and given one away now. A high shot. Oh, a head clash. Cheeky head clash. Granville on, is that Herbie Farnworth that's down? Oh, it's Jesse Arthars. Jesse Arthars has just been introduced to the face of Granville, and that is a very, very intense looking face. It's not a face that you wish to be introduced into direct collision with. This will be the end of the night for Jesse Arthars. For sure. Jesse Arthars will be well and truly done. Oh, he's up. He's got to go off for a HIA, though. Like, that has to be off for a HIA. Oh, it was head on head contact, Jason. It was a head clash. There was no shoulder contact there. It was clearly head on head. Here we go. Here's the replay. Head on head contact. Nothing in that. Oh, thank Christ, common sense has prevailed. Thank Christ, common sense has just prevailed right now. And the Broncos play the ball and we carry on. CPTA Australia over there on Twitch. It was not a shoulder, Jason Bourne. Don't be ridiculous, mate. Come on. It was head-on-head contact. There was absolutely nothing in that. CPTA Australia, welcome along. What will be your final score prediction? Cowboys 24, Broncos 16. Cowboys 24, Broncos 16. There we go. Balls on the wall prediction. Because I need the Cowboys to win. I need the Cowboys to win. Now Dearden is taken down by Carrigan. What a tackle, Pat Carrigan. What a tackle. Fifth and last now. The Chad puts the kick high. There's only one lead in the kick chase. Farnworth beats one. Beats two. They've got the ball alive here, the Broncos. Reece Walsh has got it. Granville puts him down. Broncos, great field position here, though. Tackle two in front of the sticks. Payne and the Haas out the back they go. Ezra Mam takes it on his own. Takes on Dearden. CPTA Australia just subscribed on the old YouTube. Cheers, CPTA Australia. Very much appreciated. As the Broncos now with a set restart. Oh, they can put this game to bed here. They can put this game to bed. The Cowboys are not coming back from a 2 converted try deficit. This is a very important set. Now, the Broncos in front of the posts on tackle 3. A penalty right in front of the sticks. Take the point. Mac Orchard. Avoid there. You're not any relation to Todd Orchard, are you? I mean, that would just be crazy. That would be crazy insane. Especially because I wouldn't have even known that Todd had a brother. So, because he never told me. Crusher tackle. No, it's all good. It's all good, Mac. I thought it would have been a way too small world moment if you were. And like I said, Todd never once mentioned a brother. So welcome along, Mac Orchard, to the wasted world of sports. Jason Bourne says electrifying second half start by Walsh. Oh, sod off. He's done nothing. He's done nothing all game. Can we honestly, everyone, NRL commentators, NRL journalists, can we please all remove ourselves from Reece Walsh's asshole? Honestly, he's not that good.
Six.
14 points to 6 as that penalty goal goes over. And the Broncos make it an 8-point difference. 32 minutes to go in this game. Ezra Mam really does look like he's in a world of hurt in pack play, doesn't he? Shack of Hearts. Vobsy says they talk about Reece Walsh the same way they talk about Latrell, and it genuinely hurts my head. Thank you, Vobsy. The only one in the chat room right now that can talk about Reece Walsh with any sort of common sense. I appreciate it, and I'm so glad that I'm not the only one. God bless you. Cowboys have got the ball. They must strike next. You get the feeling. Oh, he's extremely overrated, James Jason Bourne. The two most overrated players in the game right now are Reece Walsh and Latrell Mitchell. And when I say overrated, I mean like the way that they're talked up as if they're the reincarnation of Jesus Christ himself. I'm not for 1 second suggesting they're not good players. That's very important. That's very important to note. I'm not for 1 second suggesting that either of them are not good players. But the way that they're talked up like it's the second coming of Christ, that's what I can't deal with. Broncos now stretching the ball out wide to the left. If Reece Walsh was any good, he would have scored a try there, but he fell over his own feet. Overrated. Extremely overrated player. He should have scored there. Fifth and last, Broncos. Now they string it to the left. Ezra Mam puts the grubber kick in behind the line, and it will be a result. It will be a result for the Broncos. Cowboys short drop out. They get a result. Joe Dirt's got it. Joe Dirt gets the ball, and the Cowboys get a result there. Oh, we have seen some results from short dropouts this weekend. The tide is turning on the short dropouts. We have been blasting the short dropouts all season long, but it's taken until round 23. Teams are finally starting to get the hang of it, it seems. And results are starting to go in the favour of the kicks. Dearden now at the back to Drinkwater. Cowboys, fifth and last. Just shy of the halfway line. Back to the Chad. Chad puts the kick in. Oh, risky offload. A risky offload. Broncos will retain possession. Oh, geez. That was a very, very risky offload there from Cobbo. I do hope that you're joking there, James Jason Bourne. I really do hope that's a joke. Considering you a laugh emoji now, I'm assuming it is. But that's the problem at the moment, and it's like, this is not you. This is just the greater... Ah! Carrigan goes straight through a gap. He's got support inside from Ezra Mam, and Ezra Mam will dive in under the sticks and score. And the Broncos extend their lead. Oh, maybe the travel distance just wasn't far enough to make it a legitimate away game. Because the Broncos go ahead. No, I figured you were. I figured you were, James Jason. And I mean, I was really hoping that you were. But where I was going with that was the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that is legitimately part of the argument, isn't it? I have been told on streams before that I'm racist because I personally don't rate Latrell Mitchell as a quality player. Latrell Mitchell is overrated. Oh, that smacks of racism. I'm like, why? If he was white, I'd say that he was overrated as well. So, oh yeah, obviously. Obviously, James Jason joking, but the joke underlies truth. A truth from the greater community. Jack, ahoy there. Welcome along. Come on, Cowboys. Cowboys need to kick up the pants. Will says, come on, Dan, you run fast, don't you? Only when the bottle shop's closing. Yeah. You have never seen anyone run faster in your life than when it comes to Friday evening and I'm out of drinks and I realize the bottle shop's closing. Holy hell. Usain Bolt can't even keep up with me when that happens. My God, you've never seen anything like it. Broncos ball now. 20 points to 6. They have the lead. Jack says, you're definitely not racist. Everyone should have an opinion, bro. Yeah. Jack, you're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, like, that is the, I mean, that's where we are in 2023, isn't it, Jack? It's like, everyone's entitled to opinion, but you feel like if you have an opinion that's against the majority, you immediately get labeled as something. So, yeah. No, obviously I'm not racist. Like, yeah. I'm just saying, like, that has been thrown at me in the past. But it's not going to stop me. I'm still going to have an opinion. I will still have an opinion, and I will still say, regardless of race or anything, what I feel. Now the Cowboys, they've just struggled to get into this contest. Fifth and last, it goes back to the Chad. He's inside the 40. Chad puts the kick in, can't find space. Farnworth is back there to take it on the fall for the Broncos. Now he's got support from Selwyn Cobbo, and Cobbo's gone straight up the middle. Selwyn Cobbo passes it inside to Ezra Mam, and Ezra Mam knocks the ball on. Oh, Selwyn Cobbo just needed to go to ground there for the Broncos. Take the tackle, and they had front foot ball and all the opportunity in the world. Cobbo just a little bit and too enthusiastic there. And yeah, you blow your load that early. That's a very disappointed girl on date night right there. Now Dearden looking for some space on the blind side. Fifth and last for the Cowboys. They're 20 out from the Broncos line. Chad, another pop gun fart kick. Oh, but it might get a result as the Broncos spill it backwards. And this is a big turnaround because that was a nothing kick once again from the Chad. It's going to get a result though, and it all comes back to Selwyn Cobbo. Cobbo just needed to go to ground, take the tackle. Do they dare go short? Oh, do they dare go short here, the Broncos? Will says that's silly from Cobbo. Can I say that? Racist? How dare you? That smacks of racism, Will. Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it? 2023, the Netflix era, the Netflix generation, 2023. Anyway, I'm doing my best to get my channel cancelled tonight. What can I say? Six again for a ruck infringement. Now the Cowboys, they must strike now. They have to. There is no question about it. The game is on the line for them right now. 21 and a half minutes to go. Now, Chad, short ball. Cowboys try to crash over through Luki. They can't. Tackle 3. Big line up to the left now. Joe Dirt out to Dearden. Dearden, cut out pass. And now Kyle Felt's on the outside. Kyle Felt cuts back inside and scores. Kyle Felt scores. They're back in the contest now, the Cowboys. 20 points to 10. Kick to come. Kyle Felt gets a double, if you can believe it or not. 20-10, kick to come. Oh, they had them stretched out to the left. Plenty of time left in this game. Try time. Kyle Felt. $20 minutes to go. Plenty of time left in this game. It is still in the balance, but this is a massive, massive kick for the Chad. Massive kick. This is your career on the line, Chad. You stunk the Shire out for your last couple of years. You got to make it count now, mate. Forget your YouTube channel. It's an all or nothing kick right now. I don't mean to put pressure on him, but he moves. Oh, that's a... What the hell was that? That's the terrible kick. Okay. I put way too much pressure on the Chad. And that was the worst kick you'll ever see anybody take. I think Michelle and I could do better at that. 20 points to 10 it remains. Ming the Merciless doesn't look impressed in the coach's box. Plenty of time left in this game, though. Only 10 points the difference. Broncos get us back underway. Cowboys with possession. And it's Griffin Neame. Griffin Neame with the hit up. "19 minutes ago. There's plenty of time left in this contest for the Cowboys to make a game of it. Jaden O'Brien, ahoy. We've lost our best players. Who's we? Oh, we figured this out, didn't we? Oh, I'm so concerned. Jason, I'm so concerned about Emily. I've not heard from Emily since. The ball has fallen for the Broncos. How is this eventuated? The Broncos have suddenly got front foot ball. Oh, that's cheeky. I'm so curious how that eventuated. They've got a full set now inside Cowboys territory. They just need to settle things down here, the Broncos. Yeah, I've not heard. Emily sent me a message because it was what we were talking about on the voice chat with her about how the she was having potential legal issues over there in Turkey, and then I got a message saying that her mum has wrongly been. Oh, as the Broncos now crash over. The Broncos have crashed over, but Piakura has been held up. And she sent me a message saying that, further from what we were all talking about together, Jason, on the voice chat that night. And she sent me a message saying that her mum has been found guilty and she doesn't know what she's going to do. And then I've not heard, I sent a message back to her and said, Jesus, that's terrible. If there's anything at all, I realize there's probably not, but if there's anything at all I can do, let me know. And I have not heard from her or seen her online since. And I'm so concerned. I'm so worried. I'm very, very worried about our friend there. "17.5 minutes to go in this contest, though. Cowboys with the ball. 10 points the difference. Robson breaks away from dummy half. Keeping the ball alive. Drinkwater has it. Calling runners on the inside. It's Dearden. Dearden gets away from Flegler. Tries to get away from Carrigan. Flegler comes at him again. And immediately goes to the head, as Flegler does. Tackle 4. Cowboys. Drinkwater trying to step through. Fifth and last. Goes back to the Chad. They put it high. Cowboys come down with it on the fifth and last. Pops it out. That's kept alive. Ezra Mam with the try saver. Ezra Mam steals the ball on the goal line for the Broncos. What a game we are seeing here in front of our very eyes. Tackle 3. The Broncos are still inside their own 10-meter line. Now the fifth and last. The Cowboys, This is an opportunity for them now. The back of this set. Broncos get the kick away. Drinkwater taps it down. It's actually a decent result for the Broncos. The kick chase was solid. They're starting 40 out from their own line here, the Cowboys. That was actually a great result for the Broncos, considering where they were. Cowboys are still in striking distance if they're good enough. And that's a great run upfield on tackle 3 by Taulagi. Shape out to the right now. Chad goes to Drinkwater, flicks it out. Now they go to Valame. Cuts back in field, and he's taken on tackle 4. 20 out from the line here, the Cowboys. They're in attacking range. Dearden now out to the left, racing up his Cobbo. He left space out wide, but they've cut back in field here, the Cowboys. 5th and last. 10 out from the line. They go to the right. Chad, out the back. Drinkwater. Drinkwater dummies. Tries to go on his own. Fires it back, Drinkwater. And it's taken in by the Broncos. Palisade is there. Palacia. Takes the ball down. Broncos survive. And now the Broncos, Curtis Capewell has dropped to the ball, and it's going to be a scrum for the Cowboys. 5 meters out from the line. They must challenge this, surely. They must. Whether it fails or not, they must challenge this call. Because this would be a huge turning point in the contest. A mistake from the play the ball for the Broncos would be massive. Capewell, you've lost this challenge, mate. I'm sorry. This is going to be Cowboys ball. Oh, they didn't even challenge it. Oh, surely they challenged it. I mean, they would have failed the challenge, but... Anyway, Cowboys scrum, 10 outs, Drinkwater, crash ball on the right-hand edge. 13 and a half minutes to go. 10 points the difference. Cowboys just starting to lift. Dearden beats the first up tackle, Dearden. He's still going. He's just dragged down by Carrigan by the pants. Tackle 2. They're 5 out from the line. Cowboys. Taumalolo doesn't know what to do. Just puts the head down and tries to barge over. Nothing doing. They fire it back now. Townsend to Drinkwater. It's been touched by the Broncos. It'll be 6 again. It's been touched. It'll be 6 more tackles. Zero tackle for the Cowboys. 20 out from the line. They've got to keep their cool. Keep their heads. Joe Dirt takes it forward. 10 out for the line. Drinkwater. Dummies. Goes on his own, Drinkwater. Now they go to the left. Cut out pass. Dearden tries to get on the outside of the defense. He can't. He's collared literally by Flegler. And Flegler drags him down on tackle 3. They've still got the attack. They've still got quality position here. The Cowboys tackle 4. 10 out from the line. Lined up out to the left now. Chad gets all mixed up with all these runners. And it's a nothing play for the Cowboys. 5th and last. They go left. Dearden now. Dearden with the grubber kick. Leilua scoops it up and loses it forward. Leilua loses it forward. And it will be Broncos ball. Leilua losing the ball forward. What a relief for the Broncos. My God. A let-off of epic proportions. Broncos ball up over the halfway line. Capewell now looking to make amends for that mistake earlier. Drives forward. 30 out from the Cowboys line now on the fifth and last. They start on the blind side. Reece Walsh, a terrible kick. Disaster of a kick for the most overrated player in the NRL. And it's going to be a 7-tackle set now for the Cowboys. Reynolds would not have kicked that dead and given up a 7-tackle set. It's that simple. Seven-tackle set here, Cowboys. They can get themselves back in striking distance. Now they attack the left-hand edge. Broncos hold on, though. Tackle 3. 40 out from the Broncos line. Cowboys now. Dearden. Taumalolo feeds it on. The Chad. Oh, the short crash ball. Oh, it was read perfectly by the Broncos defense. And Luki is just decimated in the tackle. Short side they go. Fifth and last. The Chad puts it high. And it's taken under no pressure by Herbie Farnworth. Where was the kick chase from the Cowboys? Where was the kick chase? That close to the line of the Broncos. Inexcusable that there was no threat at all on Herbie Farnworth there. Fobsy says, do you think the Cowboys make the 8? Dan. I think the bye they have next week will end up being huge. I think they need to win this game, Fobsy. If the Cowboys win this game, they are locked for the 8, in my opinion. Welcome along there, Carmen McLennan, as the Broncos now find some space. Numbers everywhere for the Broncos. It must be a try. It must be a try for the Broncos. Oh, they had numbers to burn. And that will be the game. Surely that will be the game. Oh, Reece Walsh is having a spew again. Please tell me Reece Walsh is not throwing up over the dead ball line again. My God. He didn't even celebrate this time, really. And he's still throwing up. 7.5 minutes to go. And that will probably be the game. Tony Staggs. Straight through. And then they had numbers to burn there, the Broncos. Any number of Broncos players could have scored that try. And they just destroyed them. Destroyed them down that edge there, the Broncos. 6.5 minutes to go. That will be the game. Game, set, match, Broncos. The conversion hits the post. Conversion hits the post. It's all good, James Jason. I'm still ahead of you. So, I'm still ahead of you, mate. It's all good. Ouch, indeed. Psst. Sizzle. Sizzle my ass. Short kickoff here now for the Cowboys. Do they... Oh! Oh, my God. I was wondering if the Cowboys were going to get a result. And then Valentine has just fallen over his own feet. Oh, that's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in the history of the NRL, is Valentine falling over his own feet, trying to get that ball back for the Cowboys. Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, that was brilliant. Put that on repeat. Put that on every highlights reel everywhere, please. Please make that every highlights reel everywhere. Oh, that is fabulous. Oh, my God. Oh, that was so good. Oh, Herbie Farnworth is so busted. Herbie Farnworth looks like he should be starring in the Mummy movies right about now. I mean, he has just been busted up everywhere imaginable. Oh, Valentine laying an egg out the back there. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh. What a game by Walsh, says James Jason Bourne. I must have missed it. I must have missed any good that he did in this game, to be honest. Fair enough. I must have fallen asleep during those periods of play. Tackle 2 here. Cowboys now 10 out from the line. The Chad at the back to Drinkwater. Double pumps and puts them over the line. Too little, too late, though, for the Cowboys. Luki goes over to score. 5 minutes to go. And it's just a little bit too late for the Cowboys. (24-14) kick to come. Can the Cowboys do to the Broncos what they did to Manly last season? Probably not. Probably not. Oh, Chad. Chad has left his kicking boots at back of Cronulla. The Chad's kicking boots are back in the Shire. He has been atrocious tonight. Atrocious. Four and a half minutes to go. 10 points the difference. A try from the kickoff would really liven this game up. Ten points the difference now. Back underway we go. Oh, the kickoff is deep. Perfectly placed into the in goal. Joe Dirt brings it back for the Cowboys. Oh, and he's driven backwards by Payne in the Haas. Payne in the Haas. Big defense on the goal line there for the Cowboys. Chad, now Taumalalo charging forward. 4 minutes to go. 10 points the difference. And that's a loose play the ball. They get away with it. Leilua now charging forward up towards halfway. Pops the ball out. It's alive. Joe Dirt out the back to Townsend. Townsend gets it back on the offload. Fires it across to the open side of the field. Leilua now over to Kyle Felt. Felt kicks. Kicks for himself, Felt. It bounces kindly for Kyle Felt and he loses it forward. Oh, Kyle Felt drops it forward. The try was on. The game was on. Kyle Felt, all he needed to do was hold that ball. Kyle Felt kicked for himself, chased for himself, caught it. All he needed to do from that point was hold it, and he's dropped it, the great big galoot. And that is the game. Oh, Reece Walsh with the Billy Slater kick to the face. Will Reece Walsh get away with the Billy Slater kick to the face? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Kyle Felt, all he had to do was hold the ball and plant it down. Kyle Felt just had to fall over the line, and it would have been game on for the last few minutes. Because he didn't pass it, you goof. Oh, Broncos lose it forward. Robson's got it. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's Cowboys ball. They must score now. They must score off this play, basically. Time is against them. Now they go down the blind side. Terrible pass out to Valame. Valame, this will be a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. Valame has been taken in a second effort over the sideline. I don't understand how that is not a penalty. Valame's he's fallen over. Broncos ball here. Captain's challenge, but yeah, Valame just needed to stay on the ground there, basically. If Valame stays on the ground, it's a penalty, Cowboys. If Valame stays on the ground, penalty, Cowboys. As it stands right now, that's play on and Broncos ball. Valame just needs to stay down right now. He stood up. Valame gets back up to his feet. And that is fair play. Valame totally bollocks that up. Challenge unsuccessful. It'll be Broncos ball. Broncos with the win. Oh well, at least if anything's been achieved tonight, Broncos supporters can feel even more like they have a chance of winning the premiership, which they don't. And they have absolutely zero chance of winning the premiership. But the fact that they think they do is good. I like that, because that just makes the disappointment all that much sweeter. So yeah. I'm still inside the top 10 of the Wasted Water Sports Tipping Contest, despite this loss. So, no skin off my back at the end of the day. Broncos play like this against the Panthers, they win. Are you taking the piss, James Jason? Are you taking the piss, mate? You're having a laugh, surely. I mean, you're basing this performance against the Cowboys' performance. The Panthers don't make the mistakes the Cowboys make. The Panthers don't make the sort of mistakes the Cowboys make, for starters. Comparing the two teams is just ridiculous at this point, James Jason. I love you, but that's a ridiculous statement. That is the craziest thing I've seen all season long, to be honest. Broncos play like this against the Panthers, they win. It's the most ridiculous thing I've seen all season long. I love you, but that's just crazy talk. Crazy talk, mate.
Get themselves in a few sticky situations and defend themselves out of it. And then they're also going to take their football. They'll walk away a much stronger, defensively after this. So Cobbo, it's a lot moment. Brisbane get a big win on the scoreboard.
Wow.
Looks set for 2 home finals. Cowboys now fighting for the premiership lives in 2023. It's a big afternoon. It's a big result. It's Staggs.
Good Tony Staggs with the conversion. $30 points to 14. The Broncos have got the win in Queensland. If you can believe it. If you can believe the Broncos are still playing in Queensland. They are. They are. Still in Queensland. All right. Wasted Water Sports, thank you so much for your company. Oh, I have been pretty much talking bollocks non-stop since midday. I really, really need to have a break. So I thank you very much. I thank you very much for your company here on the Wasted Water Sports. Yeah, as I said, I've been doing this for, oh, Jesus Christ, I've been doing this for 5 hours now. I can't believe that I've been standing here talking for 5 hours and I still have a voice left. That's insane. Wasted Water Sports, thank you so much. The rest of the games tonight, honestly, we're going to play it by ear. We will absolutely play it by ear for the rest of the night. I thank you so much for your company thus far, for those of you who have joined us. The Wasted Water Sports All-Stars there. Thank you very much. Jason Bourne, Mr. Ed's Dead, Hamish McKenzie, Viliami, Gamer Mel, and Andrew O'Grady, our Wasted Water Sports All-Stars. Thank you so much. You're all legends. All legends. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. And we'll see. I'm playing the rest of the night by ear. We'll see. Thank you very much, Wasted Water Sports. I will see you when I see you. Until then, cheers. His ass is hanging out as he makes a break upfield.
have no idea what the waste of world of sports is.